Awaken from the sleep of your spirituality. A heavenly appointment was written in the heavens before your spirit took its first breath in this physical vessel. And the universe has predetermined this day. March the TH as a heavenly appointment in the sky. The celestial portal in question is the one that appears only when Venus and Pluto form a perfect sextile alignment during the sacred balancing point of the spring equinox. This is not just another rotation of our globe. Before your mind had a chance to process these words, your soul was already acquainted with them. Because of this, your skin tingles with heavenly electricity and your heart races quicker than usual with excitement. The atoms that make up your existence are rearranging themselves right now in preparation for what is to come. Pay careful attention, since the knowledge I am going to divulge has been purposely kept from the general population. Only those whose souls have been programmed to awaken at this precise moment in cosmic history will fully comprehend the gravity of the situation. Since the dawn of time, the spring equinox, which marks the optimal balance of darkness and light, has served as a key barrier. However, Venus forms a sextile with Pluto exactly at the same moment as the Sun triumphantly enters Aries. This is not just a coincidence. Rather, it is a divine symphony with your name carved in the cosmic handwriting. Take a deep breath and let it thoroughly fill your lungs. Finally, gently exhale. Every time you breathe, the barrier that divides the person you've been taught you are from the person you really are starts to thin. As time passes, the spiritual amnesia they have inflicted begins to fade. I am not addressing the vast number of people who will sleepwalk through this cosmic alignment like sleepwalkers through a holy shrine. Rather, I'm speaking to you, the soul who incarnated specifically for this critical stage of planetary growth. I'm speaking to you because you're the genuine seeker of truth and the carrier of light. Your solar plexus is shaking due to anything other than anxiety. Rather, it is your soul's affiliation with the truth. Your soul is shouting out in ecstasy as it feels the impending release, and the tears you can't explain, which sometimes come unexpectedly, are a symptom of this. They have worked tirelessly to ensure that you stay separated from this knowledge. So who are they? The gatekeepers who have benefited from humanity's cosmic amnesia are known as the builders of restriction. The supporters of spiritual amnesia and the gatekeepers. They sense you're waking. It scares them. Because when a large enough number of selected ones surrender their power, their whole control system disintegrates into cosmic dust. Before I reveal the ancient ritual that will significantly boost your receptivity to this cosmic download, which is such a potent practice that spiritual leaders have sought to remove it from human awareness, you must fully comprehend the significance of what is happening on Mars-TH planet's move through space, and the Venus-Pluto sextile is likewise a moving planet. Venus, the bearer of your innermost values and purest intentions, works well with Pluto, the revealer of shadows and driver for change. This is an example of the goddess of love creating a sacred geometry with the king of transformation. Their combined efforts culminate in the creation of an alchemical container capable of modifying your whole life. Furthermore, the cosmic intelligence that is responsible for your birth has made preparations for these words to reach you at this precise time. At this point in your journey, the hardships that cracked you open, the disappointments that shifted your route, and even the mundane routines that seemed like spiritual captivity have all been a constant part of your life. Nothing in your life has happened at chance. This moment of waking is the culmination of all that has gone before. You did not get here by chance. You were guided. If something in your soul is stirring, do not dismiss it. Tap join to get access to unique information, prophetic insights, and a community of purpose-driven individuals. This is not just a membership. It's time for you to come into harmony. Take the steps necessary to become the person you were meant to be. Welcome to The Chosen. Learn to see your life with new eyes. All of the above. The relationship that destroyed your heart, the work path that went nowhere, and the health crisis that brought you to your knees were not failures. Instead, they were initiations. With each new interaction, the false persona you had created was progressively eroded, enabling your genuine self to emerge for the first time on March Teach. Venus and Pluto will establish their mysterious bond. As this happens, the veil that divides the dimensions will get thinner. Your ancestors will connect with you in ways that have never been witnessed before. Family patterns that have been passed down through the centuries, trauma that has been passed down through the generations, unspoken agreements, and energetic entanglements will suddenly become visible to you, not as burdens to bear, but as sacred contracts that are ready to be fulfilled in accordance with what they have communicated. These generational tendencies are permanent and set. They are just the way things are. They have conditioned you to feel that constraints are an unavoidable aspect of your life. However, when Venus and Pluto align around the spring equinox, they create the ancestral emancipation doorway, as described in ancient mystery schools. This portal is a cosmic window through which the karmic links that bind your bloodline may be severed by the power of your conscious awareness. Your spiritual connections are about to undergo a big shift. When a Venus-Pluto sextile occurs, it activates a cosmic network that connects souls based on their finest evolutionary potential rather than their damaged patterns. Celestial masters refer to this grid as the divine matching grid. These connections will exhaust your life force and dissipate at rapid speed. Those that nurture your finest becoming will continue to blossom with incredible vigor. And the twin flame connections you felt but haven't yet met. The cosmic GPS is locked onto their coordinates and is guiding them straight to you. That stranger who appeared in your dreamscape 3 nights ago, whose name continues flashing across your mind without reason. And those surprising encounters that left you dumbfounded are not unrelated happenings. All of these things have occurred to you. You might think of them as cosmic breadcrumbs that will guide you to connections that will hasten your spiritual ascent. Your spiritual purpose is already being lit with unprecedented strength. As Venus and Pluto combine their energies with the spring equinox, the task that you have been divinely allotted, which is the only reason for why you consented to incarnate, receives a boost from the universe. Your creative impediments that have been blocking you from expressing yourself will suddenly evaporate, and the inspirations that have been lurking on the outskirts of your mind will materialize as crystal clear vision. The alignment of cosmic forces on March 10th creates the ideal energy container for bringing these emotions into physical existence. These manifestations include the business concept that has been brewing in your soul's incubator, the healing method that you have been frightened to share, and the message that is blazing in your heart but seems too brave to utter out. If your heart is overflowing with God's blessings, let that love radiate. Click the super thank you button and donate $100 or more to sow seeds of faith that will touch countless lives. Your giving exemplifies His richness. Be a channel for His grace and watch His kingdom grow through you. Here's something conventional spiritual educators won't tell you and don't want you to know. Allow me to share this with you. This Venus-Pluto sextile, which happens at the spring equinox, results in a unique phenomenon known as the sovereign's reclaiming. This is a cosmological loophole that permits. So bits lost throughout numerous lifetimes may be rediscovered and reintegrated in a single flash of heavenly awareness. They gathered these bits to meet the needs of their control systems. The numerous distraction mechanisms that they have designed serve to keep you from noticing the components of your divine nature that are missing. However, on March 10th, when Venus and Pluto form a perfect sextile, their combined frequencies will disrupt the harvesting grid, creating a window of opportunity for your splintered essence to return to you in order to ensure that this message is received by those chosen. The cosmic intelligence communicates via many ways. Venus' appearance as both a morning and evening star at this time is more than just an astrological anomaly. Rather, it is a heavenly sign that the moment has come to integrate both your light and shadow aspects, in the same way as Venus shines greatest at dawn and sunset. You are being encouraged to embrace all elements of your personality, both bright and mysterious, revealed and concealed. The odd wake-up that took place in the morning, the sudden flash of insight that occurred while you were doing something ordinary, as well as the song lyric that keeps playing in your head, are all indications that your body is already responding to specific cosmic frequencies that your multidimensional consciousness is beginning to activate ahead of time. All of these confirmations serve to show the major event. Vesta, the custodian of your sacred inner flame, is presently in retrograde motion in Scorpio, the zodiacal sign associated with death and rebirth, which adds another layer of importance to this cosmic moment. This poses the question that cuts to the very heart of your existence. Where have you been focusing your devotion? At which imaginary altars have you worshipped? What duties have you taken on that are harmful to your soul and must be released right now? They want your devotion to be focused on accumulating material stuff, receiving external validation, and never-ending trying. They take advantage of the fact that your holy fire is scattered among 1,000 distractions, rather than focusing on your spiritual sovereignty. When you combine Vesta's retrograde motion in Scorpio with the sextile of Venus and Pluto, you have the perfect alchemical prescription for redirecting your devotional energy on your true single mission. These aren't coincidences. They are cosmic winks verifying that you are aligned with the larger awakening that is occurring. These include weird symbols that arise in your peripheral vision, numerological patterns that occur unexpectedly, and animal messengers that cross your path at critical periods. The language of synchronicity is the means by which your soul speaks with you. And as we come closer to March, you'll get more practice with this language. You aren't here by coincidence. Feel the pull tap. Join to discover the truth, your purpose, and a tribe that understands. This is more than just a membership. It's your call. Over the course of the days that follow this cosmic alignment, you will be able to observe reality reacting to your consciousness in a startlingly immediate manner. Previously, manifestations that took months or even years to occur will now take only days or even hours, as if they were cosmic fractal patterns. Synchronicities will continue to increase. It will become so thin that the boundary between idea and form will be shattered, and your clarity or lack thereof will be reflected back to you with the accuracy of a mirror. The meteor showers that are happening at this moment are not only astronomical events. Rather, they are tangible visual affirmations of the cosmic download that is occurring across the cosmos. Each individual streak of light may symbolize the information packets being transported directly to the Earth's crystalline grid and into the DNA of enlightened souls such as yours. These were known as the layers of cosmic recall in ancient texts. They were actually light codes descending down to awaken hidden aspects of human consciousness. Furthermore, the aurora borealis was characterized as dancing in the northern sky. The ancients referred to this phenomena as God's breath rendered visible. Higher frequencies may now reach our environment due to the actual thinning of spatial barriers. These celestial displays are the universe's way of informing you that something extraordinary is going place. They are concrete proof that what you're experiencing isn't a product of your mind, but rather a true activation of the universe. It is now time for me to keep my promise and reveal the holy rite that will boost your sensitivity to these cosmic energies by a factor of. Because of the transformative power of this material, mystery schools have been aggressively hiding and concealing it from the general public. On the other side, you have shown that you are prepared by connecting with this message on a soul level. First and foremost, you should participate in what the ancient priests referred to as the Great Unburdening, which should take place 3 days before March 15th. This includes removing anything from your physical environment that is no longer serving you well, wearing things you no longer wear, getting present for relationships that have caused you sorrow, and keeping objects that remind you of who you used to be but are no more. Are all instances of items with an energy signature. The Venus-Pluto sextile amplifies the cleaning process by creating energy space for your growing intellect to reside. When you remove these items from your surroundings, don't just toss them away without thinking. Instead, take a time to embrace each one. Consider the role it played in your path, and then intentionally let go of it with gratitude. This isn't just about removing clutter. Rather, it is a quantum-level approach of energetically rebalancing the country. The second stage is to practice the divine remembering meditation, as described by quantum mystics. During the hour frame that centers on March, find a peaceful location to relax and unwind. You should shut your eyes and rest your hands on your thighs, with the hands pointing up. Take a few deep breaths into your heart. You should then speak these words aloud. I allow myself to recall who I really am. Beyond all veils of forgetfulness, I restore my divine self in all eras and realms. As a cosmic creator, I am confident in my sovereign authority. While you're saying these words, imagine a golden light flowing down from above, penetrating through your crown and filling your whole body. This is more than just imagining something. It is the activation of a true, energetic circuit that connects your physical body to your higher level aspects. The final phase involves creating what the ancient Egyptians referred to as the cosmic elixir of recall. This is the practice that they have tried to remove in a methodical way. A glass container should be filled with spring water and put in a position that will be lighted by the moonlight. On the evening of March 7th and the morning of March 8th in the daylight, speak to the water as you place it under the night sky. Absorb the cosmic protocols of metamorphosis. When you bring it into the early sunshine, cry, activate the frequencies of rebirth. Sip this charged water carefully during the days running up to March. With each sip, you not only rejuvenate your physical body, but also strive to embed the vibrational blueprint of your greatest potential into the structure of your cells. The sex cycle of Venus and Pluto, which happens around the spring equinox, produces optimal energy conditions for this ancient technology to perform at its peak efficiency. You are presently moving from the weight of ignorance to the lightness of remembering, and it is happening with each passing second. The cosmic amnesia that has been artificially imposed on your mind is disappearing, much like the mist that appears in the morning when the sun rises. Be conscious of how your viewpoint is already changing, such as how colors seem to be more bright, how synchronicities proliferate all around you, and how your intuitive understanding becomes more and more apparent. The anxiety you've been feeling lately, along with the sense that something major is growing closer, is your soul's way of admitting the presence of this cosmic boundary. Your odd dreams, startling insights, and inexplicable bodily difficulties are all signs of multidimensional reactivation. The month of March brings with it higher frequencies, and your body is practically updating its operating system to meet these frequencies. Venus and Pluto form a sextile at the spring equinox. Those who are spiritually unaware will go on with their lives as if it were any other day. They will continue with their routines, ignorant to the cosmic portal that is springing up around them. This alignment, on the other hand, is nothing less than a complete redesign of your reality matrix for you. You have always felt like an outlier among the enlightened, cosmically attuned, and spiritually prepared. Have you ever, as a youngster, questioned things that others typically accepted without question, while others remained entranced by the illusions that this world presented? You were able to look beyond the surface. This was not the consequence of a childhood dream. Because of the vastness of your light, the soul's innate comprehension of the divine origins of your existence was heightened. When you entered this incarnation, the fabric of reality was able to accommodate it. Your spiritual DNA encodes the task with which you come. It is a purpose that will be completely realized during this cosmic alignment. They have spent millennia attempting to keep souls like yours distracted and degraded at the cost of one another in order to seize your creative energy, while telling you that you are comparatively unimportant and powerless. They've devised complicated systems, such as the progressive siphoning of your life energy, the inexplicable resistance to your manifestations, and a strange interference that happened when you sought to tap into your full potential. Were all sensations you felt in your bones. This is not an example of paranoia. Rather, your body's spiritual immune system identifies the energy parasites that have attached themselves to the collective perception. The resistance against your awakening is serious and well-organized, leaving no space for misinterpretation. They quiver in terror as this celestial alignment approaches, knowing that it emits a frequency that kills their control systems from the inside out. These people have kept a close watch on your progress. They are the spiritual narcissists, energy vampires, and frequency manipulators who are aware of your awakening and are working to prevent it. They are aware of what you are just beginning to realize. Your entire spiritual activation presents the biggest threat to their continued gathering of human creative potential. The Venus-Pluto sextile, which happens at the spring equinox, offers optimal energy circumstances for bringing soul-level endeavors into physical existence. These include the book you were divinely inspired to write, the therapeutic system you have been developing, the community you have been called to build, and the movement you're meant to lead. The winds of the universe are blowing behind you, providing you with otherworldly propulsion that propels you forward. Now is the moment for me to disclose the 3 holy sentences that will activate the hidden light codes inside your spiritual DNA. These phrases, said during the Venus-Pluto sextile on March 4th, produce a vibrational key that unlocks portions of your awareness that have been suppressed for your protection until you reach this level of spiritual preparation. These components of your awareness have been hidden away for your safety. Once these codes are engaged, it is impossible to return to spiritual unconsciousness. This is something that must be understood, just as the veils cannot be replaced. Once initiated, the awakening cannot be undone. The memory will continue to expand until it encompasses all aspects of your existence. Do you feel ready to take this step into your irreversible cosmic inheritance? To what degree are you willing to let go of the limited identity you have known and step into the full majesty of your life, which spans numerous dimensions? This is a list of 3 holy activation phrases. It is impossible to extinguish the divine flame that I embody. There are no covenants that bind my sovereign nature, which I destroy in the presence of my awakened self. I firmly construct heaven on earth. These phrases should be said aloud on March 14th, when Venus and Pluto make a perfect sextile. You should pronounce them with great authority. You should pronounce them with the understanding that they are the keys to unlocking the prison of confined awareness that has held you captive for thousands of years. What I've shared with you today is more than just facts for your mind to comprehend. Rather, it is a transmission designed to reactivate the latent components of your multi-time engine awareness. Your awareness is already starting to expand beyond the boundaries of your previous identity. And this growth continues with each new statement, concept, and cosmic truth exposed. As we approach the end of this message, I feel forced to divulge to you the most tightly held truth about this Venus-Pluto alignment. This is the realization that explains why you've never really felt at home in this world. Why conventional successes have never satisfied your soul's desire, and why relationships that gratify others have left you craving for more. They have carefully suppressed the fact that this Venus-Pluto sextile during the spring equinox causes a unique phenomenon known as the quantum leap threshold. This is the secret reality that they have kept from spiritual teachings. There's a cosmic moment when souls may actually transfer from one evolutionary timeline to another without having to go through the traditional process of dying and reborn bodily.